open that PPT, that orthotropic bone PPT, because I'm not able to present it here, and I don't want to make another meeting and create all this first. So can you just open that PPT? Have you guys opened it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So meanwhile, I'll just open it too. Otherwise, I will. So do we have any doubts particularly? Have you guys gone through that particular PPT? If you have got any doubts, I will address to it before giving you a brief. I mean brief in the sense 10 minutes, not more than that. Afterwards, I will give a brief feedback of the project report and then this MTech project. So initially, if you see the page 2 of the PPT, you will see the trabecular orientations. Okay, so you should put it on slideshow mode. Otherwise, you will see two images merging, overlapping, not merging, overlapping each other. So you can see Ward's triangle. That is the area where, sorry, the region in which minimum trabeculae is present in the femur. Okay, so other things are principal compressive group, principal tensile groups. Those are trabecular groups. So you know what is trabecula, isn't it? Can anyone tell what is trabecula? Like in your own words. I won't demand the right explanation. Can anyone say what is trabecula? Are you guys with me? Hello. You
Yes.
can even look into the PPT and tell, no worries. Should I give more time or just tell myself? I mean, should I tell from my side itself? So it's basically a connective tissue element, okay? Similar to what you call unit cell. You got it? So it's a element. It's a tissue element which forms the cancellous bone. So um, So this particular trabecular pattern, I mean, you can see there are rods, plates. So it's a element consisting of rods and plates. So you can say if the density, if the porosity of this particular element is less, then you may see more plates rather than rods. So you can see it's a collection of rods and plates constituting a basic tissue element. And what about this trabecular pattern? So this trabecular pattern of growth, it follows the maximum stress lines. Okay, so basically these trabeculae develop along the lines of maximum stress. That's why we always get into this principal stress direction. So as I already told you, orthotropic what do you call remodeling schemes, they actually look into the principal stress lines and they modify the Young's modulus in the principal stress direction. So, are you guys hearing me? Like, I'm a bit confused whether you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. So that is the thing. I mean, I don't think I need to explain you further on this particular thing. So, can you guys go to the okay eighth page of the PPT? Are you guys there at the eighth page? Can anyone tell the content of the eighth page? Eighth page. Otherwise, it will be quite boring. Hello. Just tell me what is there in the eighth page. You have got the PPT, isn't it? Hello. Hello. Can you see the PPT? It's there in the file section.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what do you see in the 8th page?
Sir, the findings from the research paper, the two research papers, Phillips and
Okay. Yes. Can you just read mm, the second last point?
the principal direction for each element in FEA is chosen based on the maximum strain developed in that element among the different activities.
Okay, fine. So I'll give a small task to you. Okay. So I will just tell you the steps. So you have to create a new slide in your own PPT. Okay. So you have got the PPT and you have to create a slide. Okay, new slide, and you have to write what you understand from what I talk in the coming 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So you can just create a new slide. Once you create, I will give 1 minute to create the slide, and just be ready to write what you understand. I will just expect you to write 5 points, and these points will be crucial for the upcoming exam because I may put questions from this particular content. Okay, so are you guys with me? Don't complain to me that I didn't teach you later. Okay, are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys are interested now. Fine, that is fine. So, can anyone tell me the first step which we follow for this particular orthotropic remodeling? First step. Anyone? This time I will note the names. Okay. I mean, I'm just interested to see who are putting more effort into my lectures, and I can't judge the participation in my professor's lecture. I will look into the participation in my lecture. So, which is the first step which we follow for the orthotropic remodeling? Hmm? I mean, I won't give you negative marking. Don't worry. No one. It's more like taking the, having the guts now. We can just guess and tell what is the first step which we adopt for orthotropic remodeling, like remodeling anything or just remodeling, bone remodeling, nothing related to orthotropic remodeling, simple bone remodeling. What do we do? This is bad because these are the questions which will come for the next exam. I mean, remodeling. You know what is remodeling, isn't it? Hello. Do you know what is a bone remodeling? No idea. Saksham, do you have any idea? Saksham
Sir,
Kumar.
bone remodeling is basically due to change in the mechanical environment. The bone density undergoes changes based on resorption, or so that is bone remodeling. Because when the mechanical environment
Okay.
changes, the bone adjusts in such a way that
Okay.
is
That is correct. I mean, can you tell me what is the opposite of resorption?
so it's the addition of bone. It's
I mean, there
increasing.
is some. Yeah, I mean, there is a term, na, resorption and anyone else?
Probably.
Uh-huh. Abhirami, can you answer? Abhirami, yes.
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Mukesh Ranjan. I mean, I'm just taking random names. Okay, I'm not uh, pinpointing on anyone. Mukesh Ranjan, are you here? Or Chetan is here? Chetan? I think I'm more familiar with these names because they send me messages and I reply to them. Chetan is here. Chetan, the same Chetan which I texted with 2-3 days before. Or let it be who else? Subhash Reddy. And you just have to tell what it is. I mean, resorption and opposite term for resorption. Apposition. Do you think so? Apposition and resorption. So, bone addition is called apposition. Okay, I mean bone growth, in growth, not in growth. You can call like whatever Saksham tried to say, now bone growth. Sorry, bone addition of bone tissues. So that is called apposition, and reduction is called resorption. Okay, I mean these are very important terms which I will be expecting from you people during the exam. That's why I am focusing on it. So I think 66 people are only the lucky people to get the answers for the exam. So don't worry. So I can see one. When 66 became 67 now. Okay, fine. So next I will ask you one thing. Aniruddha Saha, is he here? Aniruddha Saha. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, can you tell me the difference? I mean, why we have this orthotropic nature for bone? Hmm? Hello, Aniruddha Saha.
I mean, bone can have different structure depending on the porosity, the homogeneous nature. So,
Okay.
with that, to model the bone, we need a mathematical approach. So to
Okay.
incorporate those homogeneous or so anisotropic nature, we have specific I mean changes to the finite element model. So
I mean, you started from orthotropic and you end up at FEM. I mean, I'm not asking about FEM. I'm just asking you, why do we consider the orthotropic nature for bone? For bone, like nothing to worry about FEM. So why do we have orthotropic nature for bone, like or anisotropic nature for bone? Like bone is anisotropic, you know that, no?
yes, sir.
Okay. So why does it have an anisotropic property? Symbol. I think it just has got one sentence answer.
It is the materials are different along different directions of the I mean the properties are different along different directions of the coordinate axis.
Okay, so basically random porosity. That is the
Yes.
answer. Okay.
Yes.
Random porosity doesn't have
Yes.
any what you call selected porosity in particular direction or something. So random porosity is the answer. But, I mean, everyone be very what you call uh, try to focus and concentrate in the class, because each and every sentence has got clue for the exam, because the upcoming exam will be um, out of not out of, I mean it will have 50 questions MCQ. It will contain fill in the blanks too, and for the fill in the blanks we will expect you to write the answers without any spelling mistake. Okay, so for example, if you are expecting a question, for example, okay, so the answer is Sir APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so if you write uh, A B U L instead of A B D U L Abdul, okay, then the answer is wrong. So I'm making it clear, if you are writing anything, make it error free. Spelling mistakes won't be entertained. Okay, so that has got one clue in it. So did anyone write the steps which is required for the orthotropic remodeling? Like there will be 4 or 5 steps. So if anyone can tell me the correct 4 steps, which I discussed in the previous class, I will reward them with 1 extra marks. Like 1 extra marks is very crucial, okay? Let me tell you that. It can change the grade. If anyone can give me correct answer, the 4 or 5 correct steps for orthotropic FEM, orthotropic remodeling, I will reward them with 1 extra mark. Because I actually explained it in the previous class. So if anyone focused in it, then he might be able to score it. Because as you know that this is the criteria we have to adopt for grading will be really strict, because since there are 160 students, we can't give everyone EX, no? So we will have to be very strict. That's why this strict marking and all. So is there anyone who is taking chance? Like there won't be negative marking. You can tell whatever you want. I won't mind. I won't look into your name and write negative 1 or something. I won't do that. Do you want to try, Saksham? Or there are these other people too. No, I mean you don't have to be sure. I mean it's like what do you call, take the chance or not. What about other names? Maybe they will think that I am partial to you. Apurva Jain, can you hear me? I mean, I'm just giving you a chance. So, do you want to take the chance?
I don't remember, sir.
I mean, you
No,
can
sir,
try to give 1 step at least.
Initially, osteoclast to bone resorption during bone remodeling.
You can look into the PPT, orthotropic remodeling. I mean, those 2 papers has got the steps. Okay.
Okay.
So look into that particular slide, page number 8. But there are some points which are missing. Okay. So I will look into those missing points which I discussed in the class. You got it? So I mean, I'm not talking about bone in growth, osteoblast, osteoclast. I'm not looking into that. Okay. What about Ashutosh Das? I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing it correct. Ashutosh, do you have any idea? I mean, this offer is only valid till 9:30 AM. Okay. I can't take whole day for this particular thing. I'm just making it interesting for you people. You can look into the PPT, page number 8, and tell me the points. I will reward you. I mean, I won't keep a maximum number of participant limit or something. So let me go to any other name. Who is talking?
This is Pawan, sir. Like I couldn't send the PPT in the class.
And can anyone help him? Like it's there in the file section, no? Bone orthotropy. You have got only 3 more minutes.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what about? Let me tell one. Asta Sharma. Asta, you are here? Are you here? Asta. Asta Sharma 98 at the rate. So do you have any idea?
No, sir. Like I was going through the PPT just.
Okay, fine. I mean, you have got only 2 more minutes. Okay.
So I could remember only 2 or 3 steps. Can I say?
Yeah, tell me.
First phase, I think it happens. The resorption happens, in which I mean the old bones. I mean they get filtered off. What to say? Consumed by the osteoclasts, and then the second, I think, reversal happens when bone formation happens. and then the osteoblasts lay down the new layer of bone.
Okay.
Yes, so something like that. I don't remember exactly.
No. I mean, you are talking about bone remodeling. I'm not talking about bone remodeling. I'm talking about orthotropic bone remodeling.
Orthotropic. Okay, sir.
I mean, this how to implement bone orthotropy into the analysis. You can see the slide number 7 and 8. So 7th slide I won't talk about because that is more they have got experimental results. So I'm not looking into experimental thing. So this 8th slide has got only computational and analysis. So I mean, like you guys have to look into these PPTs, okay? Otherwise, with this performance, that MCQ fill in the blanks exam will be really tough for you people, because one more minute more. I will just ask someone. Devang Suresh Gandhi, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Have you got any idea?
No, sir.
Like nothing, blank.
So
I hope it is.
No, I mean, what Shivanshu just mentioned earlier, I have an idea regarding that from fibroblasts, then osteoblasts in the later stages, but not about this orthotropic remodeling.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, there was this internet glitch. So yes, Devang, you were saying something?
Hello?
Hello, Devang.
Yes, I mean, I got some idea about this bone remodeling, but not about orthotropic remodeling.
Okay, so it's fine. I mean, I'm not taking any exam right now, so don't worry about it. So I'll do one thing. I will tell you once again then orthotropic remodeling. I think almost everyone forgot it. So can you look into the slide, 8th slide? Okay. So what can you see here? Like
now,
do you remember?
Earlier is laws of thermodynamics. Laws of thermodynamics. Now I will tell you. Now I will.
Okay. Okay. I think someone is learning thermodynamics during bone remodeling. Baliram. Hello. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't mind it. I think he went away. Did he go? Okay, fine. It's fine. So, 1 minute. So, what can you see? I mean, can anyone tell me the first point in that particular slide number 8? Okay.
So they reduce the modeling using smaller members.
Okay.
So like 2-force members or spherical sections to model the complicated parts.
Basic paper. I mean, not the first paper, the second paper. Are you getting me?
I could not hear.
Second paper. I'm not talking about Phillips et al. The second paper. I mean, Basil et al. Matai et al. Hello. I mean, there is Phillips et al. And Matai et al. 2021. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me the first point in that PPT.
This strain-based remodeling scheme has been used itself.
What is strain-based remodeling? That I will tell you now. Okay. So strain-based remodeling. There are these. What do you call? bone remodeling stimulus. You heard about it, bone remodeling stimulus. We consider mainly the strain energy density as the remodeling stimulus. Okay, fine. Okay, strain energy density is the bone remodeling stimulus which we consider in most of the times. But in this particular analysis, he has used the approach of strain-based remodeling scheme. Okay, so what is the difference between strain energy density approach and strain approach? So here we will consider the strain of each element. So for comparison, we need two things to compare. So we have the intact model and the implanted model. Can anyone hear? Can everyone hear? Because this is important. Okay, this won't be taught you once again, and this will come directly for the exam. So don't worry about it. You can have my word. So what are the two models? Intact and implanted. Got it? I mean, reply, no? At least. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So intact model has got only bone. Implanted model has got bone as well as the implant. Okay. So we do FE analysis in two models separately. Okay. First we do for the intact model and we find the stimulus. Okay. Stimulus at each element. Either it be, sorry, not stimulus, strain energy density, if it is strain energy based remodeling, or the strain at each element, bone element. Okay, if it is strain based remodeling technique. Okay, and correspondingly, if it is strain energy density based remodeling approach, we find the strain energy density for the bone element in the implanted model too. Okay, and we do the comparison between the same measures. If it is strain energy density, we do the difference, or like the difference we consider. That's why we have a reference value. That is the measure which we get from the intact model. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the reference here? Which model is the reference? Intact or implanted? Hello, can you hear me?
Sir, intact.
Okay. Intact is the reference. Okay, so here, as he mentioned, strain based remodeling technique means we consider the strain at each bone element corresponding to two different models and do the difference and get the remodeling stimulus. Okay, so that's the thing. So if it is strain based, we consider the strain as the measure, and if it is the strain energy density based, we consider the strain energy density as the measure. Can anyone tell me the second point in that particular slide? Slide number 8. Am I audible? I'm gonna make it fast now. I won't be able to tell you other things regarding the exam if you delay things. Second point.
It says the free surface area relation considered in this work is more accurate as compared to that work done by Daniel Philip.
Okay. So free surface area. Do you know what is free surface area? It's fine even if you don't know. Okay. So these are the things which has been explained by Professor Sanjay. The free surface area is the particular region where the bone remodeling occurs. I mean, if it the bone resorption occurs at these free surface areas. I mean, there has to be surface area for the bone to resorption to occur. So that is the free surface area, and we have to mathematically formulate this free surface area because these are mathematical formulations. Now, for free surface area, we have to find any relation. I think free surface area is a function of the density, apparent density. Okay, so Basil-Matthias approach is more accurate. That's what it is. Third point.
The principal direction for each element in FE is chosen based on the maximum strain developed in the element among the different activities.
Okay. So in Matai et al., he has considered 4 different activities, I guess. Okay, 4 different activities, physiological activities. You know, physiological activities like walking, climbing. So those things you are familiar with it during this project report. So these different physiological activities he considered. Okay, and he averaged it actually. All these measures for each different physiological activity, you get a different measure. Okay, at each bone element. So here we are considering this in this orthotropic remodeling. So I talked about bone remodeling, okay, but here it is orthotropic remodeling, not an implanted remodeling. I mean, what I am trying to convey is here in orthotropic remodeling there is a difference. The reference, the starting initial configuration is the intact configuration, and the intact configuration is isotropic in nature. Okay, so that is the assumptions we consider for orthotropic remodeling. Are you getting me? So it is different from the bone remodeling. It is different from the conventional bone remodeling scheme which we are aware of. In orthotropic remodeling, the starting point is isotropic assumption. So if you have got that slide ready, write the first point as the initial assumption is isotropic. Okay, everyone wrote it or what? Can I have a reply?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So first point is, these points are important because I will ask the same thing in the exam. Okay, so don't tell me that, sir, it was not in the syllabus. I didn't tell, I didn't teach, or professor didn't teach. I won't entertain those kind of excuses. So that's why I'm asking you to write, so that you won't tell me that I didn't teach you. So the first point is, the first assumption, the initial assumption is bone is isotropic in nature, and you know how to model intact bone with isotropic, because we get the CT scan images, we get the Hunt's whole unit, and we
साइकिल तो कौन चल रहा हूँ, मोटरसाइकिल चला सी मोदी मोटरसाइकिल खड़ा हो उठाओ और फोटो ब्लॉग एकदम ग्रेट आधे की ऊंची की तो क्या होता है ऊंची तो है कौन सा छोटा है दांग देखो नहीं लंबा लंबा पग है दुनिया की
इस मोबाइल
आ की बड़ा तो हां सॉरी की दे की अब जात की है विनीश ने लगा डर ओटे ओटे मैं शुरू से अंडा में सीखो ले आ प्लेटिना एक दिन में शुरू से प्लेटिना लेने प्लेटिना में नहीं लगी जन फटक सी होगी थोड़ी दूर 2-4 किलोमीटर चलाने चलाते हैं मनिया लगी जन बहुत ही सॉरी है अंडा में सोच रहे प्लेटिना हेलो हेलो हेलो
Okay, Kitcher, can you hear?
Yes, Sebi.
Fine. Okay, it's kind of weird. Okay, fine. Yeah. So what I was telling is, so what is the first assumption? Kitcher, can you tell me the first assumption? Kitcher. I think he's shy now. So, Shivanshu, can you tell me the first assumption?
Yes, the bone is isotropic in nature.
Okay, that is the first assumption. Okay, bone is isotropic in nature. So we start from that initial condition of isotropic nature, okay? And we have got no implant in this particular bone orthotropic remodeling. So what we do is, with that initial isotropic assumption, it's more like a Newton-Raphson scheme. Can you relate it with the Newton-Raphson scheme? We have the initial guess, okay? So in Newton-Raphson scheme, we have an initial guess and we approach to the particular solution. Shivanshu, can you imagine that, or anyone else? So initial guess is a isotropic nature, okay? And we approach to that orthotropic nature. You got it? Through these kind of iterations as such. So what we do during this iteration is, I'm just making this what you call correlation, okay? Nothing else. So what we do is find the principal stress at each bone element. Okay, at each bone element we get the principal stress, and we update the Young's modulus in this particular directions, in this particular principal direction. So initially what it is we have got x, y, z, and the Young's modulus Ex, Ey, Ez are same since isotropic nature. Okay, but we modify these Ex, Ey, Ez. Are you getting me? In such a way that we justify to the principal stresses. Are you getting me? Asta Sharma? Asta, are you here? Asta is offline. Or Jyotirmoy?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Which direction we update the Young's modulus?
Sir, yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
In which direction we update the Young's modulus?
Sir, along the longitudinal axis.
Which axis?
Sir, longitudinal axis, sir.
Okay, fine. Saumitra, can you answer me?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I had gone to the washroom, so I did not hear the question. Hello?
It's fine. Devang Gandhi?
Sir, we update Ex, Ey, and Ez directions of the Young's modulus in order to justify the principal stresses.
Which stresses?
Principal stresses.
Okay, that is correct. So you got the answer. Principal stress directions. Okay. So we find the principal stresses and its directions for each bone element. Okay. And what we do is we have the x, y, z coordinates initially. Okay. And Ex, Ey, Ez are same. Are they same? Initially, Ex, Ey, Ez. Devang Gandhi?
Yes, sir, because we assumed isotropic nature. So initially they're same.
So Ex, Ey, Ez are same because we have got isotropic property. Okay. And we update them based on the principal stresses and the principal stress directions. Okay. And whom should I call? Abhirami? Abhirami, are you there? We have.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that X, Y, Z, I mean, is it necessary that X, Y, Z be the principal stress directions?
No, sir.
So, what can we do? Like, just consider this this situation. Okay, we got the principal stresses and principal stress directions for each bone element, and how can we update the Young's modulus? Do you have any solution? Can you think of anything?
The Young's modulus.
Yeah, we have to update the Young's modulus because it is remodeling. I mean, we are actually approaching to orthotropic property from isotropic. So now it Ex, Ey, Z won't be same anymore.
Okay.
And just think, we have the principal stresses and directions for each bone element, and we have to update the Young's modulus corresponding to each bone element. The Young's modulus is corresponding to each bone element. Okay, so how can we do that? I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you in 1 minute. Meanwhile, think. Okay. Mahandesh, do you have any answer for the same question?
Sir, I think first we find the strain in the principal direction, then using the relation.
Principal stress and principal stress directions. So how can we update the Young's modulus? I mean, I'm just asking the approach. I'm not asking for the formulas. Okay. So just the approach.
Using stress-strain relation that hooks you.
No. Like we have that formulas. Okay, don't worry about it. We just need the we just have to update it. Like we have Ex, Ey, Z, which are same, and we have the principal stresses and principal stress directions, and we have to update the Young's modulus in accordance with this. That is the task. So that is the whole purpose of bone orthotropy. Nothing else. Abhirami, do you have any answer?
No, sir. I think I need a little more time.
Okay, fine. So I will tell you. Otherwise, the class will be late.
Sir, can I answer?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, so using the Ex, Ey, Z in the initial directions, we can transform those into the principal directions.
Yeah.
Like we know the direction vectors, right?
That's correct. It's all about transformation. Okay. Transformation of coordinates, nothing else. That's what I was expecting. So it's fine. It's good. So I'm not sure whether you are learning it in the right way or we are conveying it in the right way. But I think there is a gap between us because I was a student of this particular course and I had to read more literature to understand beyond the classes, because we can't actually explain everything in the class, because this is not a conventional course. As you know, we need a broader, more like broader bandwidth to understand such a course. There is image processing in this course. There is FEM analysis in the course. There is basic solid mechanics in this course. There is mathematics, as you all know. So those things and much more things which I am not even aware of. So you have to have a broader bandwidth, because I think most of the students join because of this interdisciplinary title, and I don't know, some students might have joined because we are giving more marks during the previous year, but it won't be the same this year, okay, and the forthcoming years. So you are clear about the orthotropic bone remodeling, so you can write it in your slide. So can anyone tell me the 3-4 steps quickly? Anyone? I have actually explained all those 4 steps, and Pawan has told me the last step. So can anyone tell it in a orderly manner? The 3-4 steps, I guess. Yeah.
So first we have to consider that the bone is isotropic in nature. Then we have to model that bone using this assumption. Then we have to find the principal stress at each bone element.
Stepwise. Tell me stepwise.
The second step is then we have to find the principal stress at each bone element. And then the third step would be we have to update the Young's modulus in the principal stress direction. The fourth step would be this could be done by utilizing the transformation of the coordinates, and then we have to do the updation. So
I will ask you one question. Okay, so initially the local coordinates of bone elements are in the global coordinate system X, Y, Z. Okay, fine. So yes. Ex, Y, Z are in the same direction. Ex, Ey, Z for each bone element are in the same direction. Okay. Will they be in the same direction after orthotropic remodeling? After completion of orthotropic remodeling, will Ex, Ey, Z point in the same direction?
Actually, no, because we have to transform them to align them in the principal stress direction. That's why they won't be in the same direction.
Correct. You are correct. Correct. So I will expect you everyone to answer the questions during the main exam, okay? Because there will be few questions from this particular, what do you call this area. So hope you have written those points, because I won't write this stuff and give you another PPT. That is not my approach, okay? So I have actually taught you what is orthotropic bone remodeling, okay? It is different from the conventional bone remodeling. Don't think that there is implant over there. There is no implant. We are starting with an initial guess and ending up with orthotropic bone. That's it, okay? And we have got 5 more minutes. I will talk about the MTP right now. So because all these students are the only people who are, I think you are the only one who will be into this particular MTP, because without the knowledge of what do you call this course, it's